Good afternoon, good morning. It's Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. I want to welcome you back to another edition of our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. In this series, we have the privilege of speaking with leading brands about what they are seeing and hearing on the front lines of customer channel and brand loyalty. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Mike LiBassi, who is a manager of Verizon Business Lifecycle and Retention at Verizon. Mike, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. First off, we'd like to start these on a more personal level, so we'd love to know a little bit more about you, your background, your history, work history, and also what you do at Verizon, and maybe even a fun fact about you.
Sure. So I'm in the marketing science and life cycle organization, which serves everything from small business to enterprise to public sector. Um, our team focuses on CRM, loyalty, and retention. So the Verizon Business Mastercard, which is the program that my team runs, is designed to help Verizon's wireless small business customers get access to capital, build commercial credit, get discounts on wireless service. So it really is at its core. Yes, it's a credit card, but the benefits around that, the value proposition and the relationships that we have around the credit card really forms the loyalty program as a whole. Fun fact about myself, I actually predate Verizon. Verizon was formed back in 2000, and I've been part of the predecessor organizations. So this is it's an exciting time. It's also interesting to see how the telecom communication and the data industry has evolved over that time since dial-up in 1996 to where we are now with 5G and blazing internet speeds.
And for those who may not know, can you give us a short history about Verizon, what you guys do, how you do it, and where you do it?
Yeah, so the short history of the Verizon is in March of 1876, Alexander Graham Bell uttered the words, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," through his electronic telephone. And through the following decades of mergers, acquisitions, and divestiture, Verizon is here since 2000. And that was as a partnership, a merger between Bell Atlantic and NYNEX. At that time was primarily a wireline business, and now obviously it's a wireless business, but we do have still those relationships and services in both wireline and wireless. And Verizon proper is a global communication technology company. So not just US based, but we're globally represented, and we're serving all types of customers and all types of solutions throughout the world.
You have a very robust customer loyalty program, award-winning. It's always great to see what you guys are doing within your program. Can you tell us a little bit about the program, especially that associated with the Verizon Business Mastercard? How does the program work? How do the members engage with the program? And maybe what are some of the benefits?
Yeah, certainly. The loyalty program is really part of the Verizon Business Mastercard as a foundation. Customers use the card to spend for business purchases. They get 5% back on Verizon charges within the first 30 days of approval. They get 3% back on all Verizon purchases in store, online, etc. After that, they also get 2% on gas, electric vehicle charging, which is important for our sustainability objectives, and other business expenses like business supplies. And then 1% back on everything else that's not in those other categories. All that currency comes back as Verizon business dollars, and those dollars can be applied to the bill. They can be banked or applied towards different accessories or devices that a customer may need for their business. So, they can use it every month to lower their bill and lower their expenses, which we know are important to business customers, or they can save them and use them towards devices as they need them to make their business thrive. Aside from the currency that they earn, there's also additional promotions and discounts associated with being a card member. You do get $5 off per business unlimited line when you use the card for auto pay and paper free. This is the only credit card that Verizon allows for this discount on the business wireless bill. You also get 10% off any Blue Jeans discounts, which is Verizon's video conferencing platform. There's also a host of other business promotions and offers with the MasterCard World Elite for Business benefits package. You get discounts on things like Adobe, Uber Freight, The list is significant. It's certainly all business related, and it does resonate with our customers. In addition to other promotions and programs such as the Mastercard zero liability, fraud prevention, as well as the business assistant, which allows our cardholders to engage with a type of concierge service, which Mastercard, which helps with travel and any event-related planning and booking.
Voice of the customer is very important to our audience. We actually have a working group that meets and discusses customer loyalty and voice of the customer quite often. But being able to actively listen to and understand your customers can be very challenging for brands. So, how does Verizon do that in such an effective manner? How do you actively listen to and engage your audience?
Yeah, so the great part of the card is that we have three listening posts. We have Verizon, we have the bank, First National Bank of Omaha, and we have Mastercard. All of us conduct voice of customer surveys. We get insights from customer responses. We are actively listening to what our customer feedback is, anywhere from earning opportunities to problems in redemption, if there are any, which thankfully have not had many. It's important that you're constantly listening to the customers and taking that feedback to heart, because loyalty does change, right? Customers' preference changes, the trends change in the industry, and you want to stay up to date and current. So we conduct voice of customer surveys for our cardholders, as well as industry surveys to understand what customers are looking for in a card and in a partner, so that we can meet them as an enhancement to the card and to the program.
Another area of interest we have within Loyalty 360, we continue to see a growing area of interest, is partnerships. Brands are looking to change their partnership strategies. They're looking to evolve them to make them more beneficial for both the brands involved, or more than two brands, and also for the customer. But that can be a big challenge for brands to get it right for everyone involved. And as brands evolve their customer loyalty strategy, partnerships are a big piece, but being able to get it right internally and externally can be a big challenge. So how has Verizon traditionally approached partnerships, and how do they make their partnerships work so effectively?
Yeah, so from a Verizon perspective, we do welcome, we love our partners. Great partnerships provide solutions firsthand that we may not deliver at the moment, or are just is not our field of play, right? So in having partners like a Mastercard and viewing what they can bring to the table to serve our customers, and having a partner with the First National Bank of Omaha, we embrace that. There are absolutely certain things and certain partnerships that we like to bring in-house, and we make available to our customers as a convenience. But by and large, we like to bring our customers the latest and greatest, and to be agile in industry trends. So in doing so, we believe that having those partnerships with the Mastercard, with the First National Bank of Omaha, allows that type of flexibility to bring products to market in partnership rather than siloed within the Verizon catalog. So we absolutely embrace it. We decide what's best for the customer based upon their advice and their guidance. That may be bringing it in-house, or that may be going external. So we certainly, we're certainly flexible and appreciative of those recommendations.
When you look at your organizational culture, it's very important to effective customer loyalty and customer experience strategies. Is that something you work actively and proactively to change and maintain? And if so, what are the challenges that you have in actively driving that culture, and the opportunity you see going forward?
Yeah, well, organizationally, culture-wise, customer experience is everything. So we focus outward on the customer. Our CRM journeys need to be relevant and unintrusive. An indicator of whether or not you're overstepping is the unsubscribe rate, right? And that's something that we take very seriously in all of our CRM, because if a customer unsubscribes from promotions relative to one product, let's say the Business Mastercard, it affects the way we are able to promote solutions to our customers as a whole, right? So it's not product specific. So we have to be very careful in how we interact. We make sure that our unsubscribe rates are exactly where we want them to be, that customers are finding the content relevant. And beyond that, the customer experience everywhere from how they interact with our representatives in rep assisted scenarios, such as in the retail space, or if they call into the center, how we're able to support information on the Verizon Business Mastercard, their balances of reward credits dollars. That's all fully integrated. So they can even go online and go onto the chatbot and get balance information there. So wherever the customer wants to meet us, we're going to meet them, and that's very important for us. We also want to make it easy for the customer to do business with us. So from the redemption perspective, it's all fully integrated. The customer can access the portal, apply to their bill, make purchases through the e-commerce flow, and use those Verizon business dollars as a source of currency. As well as even with rep-assisted flows, those dollars are available for use through our core retail locations as well as through the call centers. So wherever we can enhance the customer experience in participating in the loyalty program and the benefits of the Verizon Business Mastercard, we're certainly going to be there.
In a time of economic uncertainty, the U.S. continues to see strong job growth, but still high inflation. So brands are trying to adapt to that. When you look at customer loyalty programs, can they be a hedge against some of this economic uncertainty that we're seeing? And how do you think your customer loyalty program meets that challenge?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a challenging time for our small business customers. First of all, the Verizon Business Mastercard allows access to capital that may not necessarily be accessible at this moment. So during COVID, there was a lot of funds available for small businesses. That has sort of been turned off at the moment. And with interest rates rising, conventional loans may not be the most enticing solution for a short-term problem in gaining access to capital. So a commercial credit card could serve that purpose. One of the most interesting facts about small business is that 46% of our small business customers use their personal assets, personal credit card to help keep their business afloat. And that can be problematic in the long run. So a commercial credit card, I think, is one of those things that certainly provides our small business customers access to capital with less risk than their own personal liabilities. The other component to that is in terms of loyalty, customers are looking for value, right? So what we've heard time and time again is customers are not looking for discretionary awards. They're not necessarily looking for gift cards or travel. They're really looking to keep their businesses afloat. Many of these customers don't take a paycheck from their business or have reduced pay because they're paying their suppliers first. They're paying their employees first. So they're going without. The rewards from the Verizon Business Mastercard helps lower their expenses, whether it's the $5 off per line on Business Unlimited or the earnings that they're getting back in the Verizon business dollars from their business expenditure. So that seems to resonate, and it's certainly something that customers are looking for in terms of expense reduction during very hard times and the rise of costs that we're recently been seeing.
Another discussion we have quite often at Loyalty 360 is the evolution of customers, how they're changing, how brands are adapting to that change, and the challenges and opportunities that may be present there. There was a great deal of customer change going into COVID, now coming out of COVID. There's a great deal of change as well. So how have the customers of Verizon evolved, and how are you adapting to that change?
Yeah, so before COVID, according to the SBA, 64% of small businesses had websites, and most recently, I think that number has turned to 71%. So there's been some progress, but I think we're still behind on the digital readiness that our small business customers need. 99% of customers do their research for businesses and who they want to spend their dollar with through the internet, right? They find what their ratings are, they find what their hours of operation are, information about their products. So when you have 99% of your customer base looking for you and only 71% have a digital presence as much as a website, there's a mismatch there, right? So I think that there has been some gains in digital readiness by the small business industry, but there needs to be more. And I think, through our partnerships, through either Verizon, MasterCard, Digital readiness is something that we promote and help gain our customers access to, give them insights on how to create it, a website. It could be set up for a nominal cost, but provides all the access and information you need for a customer to make a decision to do business with you. So that's certainly an evolution, I think, in progress. Again, some progress has been made, but we need to get further and make sure that our customers understand the risk of not having those presences available digitally.
Are there other programs, customer loyalty offerings that you are loyal to from a customer perspective? We were all customers, right? So we'd love to know if there are customer programs out there, loyalty programs that you have an affinity for. And if so, what do you like about their offerings?
Yeah, so it's funny, like in the loyalty game, you're always looking for who's got some great loyalty programs, right? I In the Northeast, we have Wawa, which is it's a convenience store slash gas station. I've been a customer of Wawa before they actually took the leap and started acquiring more of a gas station. They were sort of a standalone convenience store. I think their history is that they were a milk distributor, a milk supplier. So they've implemented a pretty interesting reward program. It's on your phone. You could order ahead. You could fill your gas through in New Jersey, we don't actually have self-serve, but you can roll up with the app and type in your pump number, and then you get discounts on that fill up. And you could run inside and grab stuff and just use your QR code to scan and pay as you self-serve. So certainly interesting offerings of rewards that are personalized to me. I think that's important for loyalty programs, and that's somewhere I'd like to be. And also, understanding the regularity in which customers participate with your brand, right? That's something I think is important too. And I'd like to get a little more insights and leverage that view when I can, if I can, with the Verizon Business Mastercard as well.
And the last question I have for you today is, what can Loyalty 360 do to help your customer loyalty program?
Well, I think Loyalty 360 does a great job with these types of interviews, these types of discussions, spotlighting different loyalty programs across different brands, across different industries, right? So there's something that can be gained from all of that because we all focus on the customer. And I absolutely love the way that Loyalty 360 puts together the expo events, and you could learn firsthand from experiences. And what's great about the culture is that not everybody's there just for sunshine and rainbows, right? They're there to talk about things that they have challenges with, where they can get reliable data, how they can use the data. So we learn from that. We learn from our struggles, right, in a very open and safe place. And I think Loyalty 360 does an excellent job of pulling that all together for loyalty advocates like myself. So that we can learn from what's going on in the industry and learn from each other.
Mike, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. It's always great to catch up with the team at Verizon, get an update on what you're doing in the customer loyalty space. Looking forward to catching up and hearing more throughout the coming year. Also, thanks for everyone today for listening. Make sure you check back for additional updates in our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. Have a wonderful day.